9:51. Now, when you think of children in need, which comes up later this month, one person in particular will always spring to mind. It's Terry Wogan, who fronted the appeal for so many years, was so much a part of it, both behind the scenes and on camera, and he's being honoured in a very special way this year.
One of his favourite songs, Fields of Gold, has been chosen as this year's Children in Need charity single, and it's going to be performed, or it has been performed, by Katie Melua. We're lucky enough to speak to Katie after the first interview after it was released. Really excited about talking to you. Let's show people what you've done.
You remember me when the west wind moves among the fields of barley. You can tell the sun in his jealous sky when we walked in fields of gold. So she took her love for to gaze a while among the fields of barley. In his arms she fell as her hair came down among the fields of gold. Will you stay?
So we're joined by Katie now. What a lovely way to moment to have in our programme, do you think?
Yeah.
Just so serene, such a wonderful song, and it was one of Sir Terry Wogan's favourites.
It really was. He absolutely loved it. I know he played the Eva Cassidy version a lot on his radio show, and that was how I personally discovered Eva Cassidy. I'm a huge fan of her work, and I'm just delighted to be doing this. Like, it's such an honour to be asked.
Well, he championed you at the start of your career as well on radio, didn't he? So it's a nice marriage.
Yeah, a massive influence on getting my music to a mainstream audience.
What did he do?
He played The Closest Thing to Crazy and Now I'm in Bicycles, which was on my second album, all the time. And their show, Sir Terry Wogan's show, and Paul Walters, who was the producer, they just played it so often. You know, and the music that I always made didn't really tick the boxes of kind of mainstream music, because it was always quite delicate, but they just played it all the time, and it was instrumental.
Do you think you are where you are career-wise because of that break that you got from Terry's programme?
Well, he took that music that I made into a mainstream public, and then my life just changed, basically. I got to travel the world, I got to see so much. So yeah, I'm incredibly grateful to him and everything he did, and he was an absolute dedicated person to children in need. You know, he was Life President since 1980. He presented it since 1980, and it meant a great deal to him. So yeah, I kind of feel like it's the least I can do.
It was utterly genuine, his involvement in the charity, wasn't it? I mean, I think that's what sometimes people see celebrities fronting shows on TV, but it was absolutely, he was integral to the whole thing. He's part of the reason for its success.
Yeah, and I love the fact, like, I love hearing the stories about him. Like, people speak so fondly of him, and every time I met him, he was just very kind, very gracious. And yeah, just a great, great man.
And you performed at his memorial as well.
I did, yeah, and that was another beautiful honour. And I think the charity that he picked, you know, Children in Need, doing this campaign, I've actually been reminded about the breadth of work that they do, you know, and particularly how they use the arts in a lot of the therapies, in a lot of, you know, inspiring kids to go on and do incredible things. Like, I went to a project on last Monday at the Royal St Christopher's Hospital down in Brighton, and they have musicians going in and singing and making music with children with serious illnesses. And I got to see, like, what a difference that made. It was just, yeah, it was beautiful.
So they were just handed instruments, or
they were handed very sensitively. The musicians are trained to work in the health services, and there'd be a room in the hospital where some of the kids could come who were well enough to, you know, take part in this, and they play songs like Bare Necessities and Under the Sea and Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and they'd have these percussion instruments and the kids could take part. It was really beautiful.
I guess you're going to be performing the song not just in the run-up to Children in Need, but at Children in Need later this month. What else have you been up to? Because you're very busy, I know.
I released a record last year, and we're relaunching it this year because we're doing it with a live CD, a concert that I recorded on my winter tour, and it's a winter album designed specifically to listen to at winter time.
What makes
How
it a
do you-
winter
yeah.
album?
Because it's about the listener having something, a record that they could put on from beginning to end that will fill the house with sounds they would want to hear at winter time. So I teamed up with a choir from home, from Georgia. And I don't know, for me, like wintertime and Christmas time is all about the sound of choirs, is all about warmth and comfort and just reflecting on the year that's gone past. And that was the themes that we tried to explore.
We'll just hear a little bit of this.
Which one would you say when it comes down to the wire? Should I?
You were saying about Georgia being home. Is that still the case? Georgia's still...
Yeah, but I mean, London's my home too. You know, my family moved over when I was 10 years old in 1994. And I mean, going back to Georgia was something we always did every summer. But I kind of think of myself as a Londoner and a Georgian.
You are touring, though, with this album, aren't you?
I toured so last year, and we hope to go on the road again next year. But this year, this winter, really the focus has been this incredible campaign with Children in Need, with Fields of Gold. Like I said, it's just a brilliant thing to be asked to do, and I'm delighted to still be doing it, like after all these years, in such a, I guess, such a mainstream way.
How important was music in your childhood?
Oh God, it was everything. You know, so like when in Georgia, the Soviet Union had broken down and the country was pretty much on its knees from an infrastructural point of view, music just made us happy. You know, it was instrumental, and it kind of, yeah, it's sort of, I can't really put words to it, actually.
Well, do you know, I think the Children in Need song is going to make a lot of people think and be happy. And do you know who would have made most happy? Terry Wogan. I'm sure he'd have been absolutely delighted.
I really hope so. And there's one other thing I want to say. I think the way this country teaches kids from a really early age to give and to be so generous is a beautiful thing.
OK. Katie, thank you very much
Thank you.
indeed.
Thank you.
And Katie Melua's Children in Need single, Fields of Gold, is out now.
That's it from us, from Breakfast this morning. Programme will be back tomorrow from 6. Enjoy your day.
Have a good day. Bye-bye. Thank you very much.